Not that it's surprising, but another nutty week in the Big Brother Canada house. Welcome to the Week That Was podcast. I'm Korri Mack.
I'd be very disappointed if it wasn't a nutty week. Oh, I'm Dexter, by the way.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you cleared that up. But yeah, it's what a week.
It was kind of crazy, and like the expectations are much higher for the second week than they are for the first because they're all playing nice, trying to get to know each other.
Yeah, they've had some time to friend up, I guess.
But now they've had the time to, get bored and petty and very like conspiracy driven, and I love it.
Yeah, this something I've noticed with this season already is I don't want to say it's a weak cast, but when I say weak, I don't mean like physically or comp wise, but like every time somebody walks into a room when there's a conversation, everybody else just clams up.
Yeah, they're not very good at the whole we weren't talking about you thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of really surprising to see. Maybe it's just the way we're getting to see it from the produced side, but yeah, it's a lot of as soon as somebody comes in that you were talking about, it's just everybody shuts up and stares off into nothingness, and it's just like, could you be a little less obvious that you were talking about them, please?
Let's backtrack a little bit. We had the HOH comp. Ryan came out on top, put up his two closest allies, Hamza and Andrew.
Yes, he did.
Well, that goes about the same way that it does every time that happens.
I don't know why anybody ever does that. Ryan claims to be like this mastermind, watched 26 seasons, and it's just like, yeah, dude, like, that doesn't matter. You still pulled a boneheaded move, and you pulled a move that never goes well.
I kind of get the vibe that, yes, he's watched a lot of seasons, but at face value, because he did come off guns blazing right out of the gate.
Well, I think it's just a big testament to the people that go in thinking watching it is the same as playing it. And like, clearly you and I have never played this game, but we've talked to enough people that have played it that it's just like, no, it's totally different.
You've got to know when to show your cards. And
yeah, and Ryan just went
all
aggressive.
Yeah.
He also has this weird thing where he'll tell people what he wants them to do, and if they don't like outright say no to him,
he thinks they agree.
He thinks they're on board and fully for it, and it's just like, no, man, like they're just avoiding confrontation with you. You gotta sway them a little better. Like when he was trying to get Johnny to throw the HOA comp before they did the Tomb Raider veto comp.
Yeah,
not the HOH, the veto, and he was just like, you can't win. You can't win. That'll be 3 out of 4 comp wins, sorry, and that's not good. And then cut to the DR, and he's like, I think I convinced him. She's like, no, you just yelled at him for a few minutes.
Follows it up with his conversation with Erica where he does the same thing, and he's like, oh, no, like, you don't want to, like, show your cards. And
people like you. You don't want to start winning comps now. They'll think you're a threat.
They'll hold that against you. And she's like, when somebody tells me not to win something, I think something's up, and I want to win. So
also, speaking of Erica, you and I we were on different sides of how a conversation with Erica went. Between Ryan and Erica, where he was telling her about a backdoor possibility since she'd won the veto at that point.
Yes.
And he was telling her that he wanted to put up Maddie.
Yes.
He was telling everybody else, including the DRs, that he wanted to put up Olivia.
I kind of got the vibe that he forgot who was who in the house.
Exactly. You think that he just screwed it up. I'm convinced he was lying to Erica because he didn't know where she'd fall with it and he didn't want to put his cards out there. But I feel like she would have been way more gung-ho to get rid of Olivia than Maddie.
Yeah, I think if he had led with what he actually wanted, she would have kind of rationalized that. But like Maddie hasn't really done anything. She hasn't ruffled any feathers.
She's a sleeper player. I've got my eye on Maddie.
I would really like to see Maddie and Erica team up for a final two.
Me
Erica
too.
has a really good like head game where she's just like, I can take my emotions out of this, look at everything, and be like, no, I am going to do what the house wants. Like, as much as people like to say that you have to make big moves,
totally,
you've got to make those moves when it's appropriate to make those moves.
Like she was saying to Hamza, she was like, yeah, I don't mind if you both stay at all. It's 2 targets in front of me, but
yeah,
I just start pulling people off the block for no good reason, and now I got eyes on me.
Exactly, and
let's talk about that veto comp, actually.
The Tomb Raider comp?
Because that was epic.
I hope Andrew is okay, because he took a bit of a gut shot when he first
a few of them, really.
That was probably one of the most grueling comps that I like. At face value, looking at it, you're like, oh, this is super easy. But like their second time jumping over that wall, it's just like, oh no, this is pretty grueling, actually.
Yeah, they've done like a couple variations on that comp with like different sponsorships and stuff. But this one was really good. And I think Erica had the best strategy with it, where she was like, no, I'm going to find all of my pieces first. Yeah. That way, every time I go over the wall, I'm just picking up a piece, going back over, and I don't have to go rooting through all the mud to try and find it. And it was just like, That's clever. It's very well done. I like what you're doing there.
Yeah, and it paid off. She came out on top. Hamza was close. They got to go check out the movie.
Yeah.
Which, aside from the Big Brother experience, that movie looks fantastic.
It really does. Were you surprised that she took Hamza?
No, they've been really close. Like, I feel like it would have been easy for her to take Andrew and just be like, look, you are my friend. Like, I want to do something for you because I'm not going to save you. But on the same hand, she takes him out of the house. Like, he may have also not wanted to be taken out of the house. He may have wanted some time to campaign while Hamza's not in the house. It would have been a smart move.
That's the time to do it.
Yeah. You've got your competition out of the house. Like,
for at least
bombs, like
3 hours probably. You might as well take advantage. But yeah, I was glad it was Hamza that got to go because I've been warming up to Hamza. I didn't know how to feel about him initially. Maybe he just didn't get enough screen time. But I thought he was a little cocky at first.
He came off a little arrogant, but no, he's a player.
He is a player. I like it. I'm glad he's sticking around, which is the next thing we should move on to, the eviction, because I mean, I've never seen anybody leave that house that quickly.
Yeah, that's got to be like a land speed Big Brother record.
Like,
for sure.
Andrew just booked it out of that house.
Arissa didn't even finish announcing it. As soon as she said it was 10-0, Andrew was like, yep, bye.
He heard 10 and he was up and gone.
Yeah. Do you think he regrets it leaving that fast? Like,
probably after seeing the goodbye messages and seeing like how wholesome some of them actually were.
Well, and look at Allie's. Like, she was talking to him. She's like, look, like, you're a player. Like, you're the definition of playing too hard, too fast, but I can't fault you for it. But that's why you are where you are. You're out there and I'm in here. So.
Yeah. And it was the same as Erica with the veto speeches where she was just like, look, guys, like, your play got you here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, Andrew got put up because he was too hot, too quick, and Hamza literally asked to be there.
Yeah. Do you think that was a smart move?
I mean, in retrospect, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
the only thing now is Hamza's going to have to deal with that stigma that comes with being on the block early, where it's just like, you've already been up there, you know how it's done.
He's going to become a pawn
less
star.
Blood on my hands if I put you up, which is it doesn't make sense, but
yeah,
that's a thing that happens every season.
We've got some unlikely alliances too. We've got Will and Marin warming up to each other.
I like that. The
Will's kind of taking
like
him under his wing.
The red room versus the white room,
That's
essentially.
an odd dynamic. Have we ever had that in Big Brother where the rooms just go against each other?
Probably. I mean, it's the easiest way to make an alliance, right?
Yeah.
You're all in there all the time anyway. You're going to be in there for conversations as you're getting changed or as you're getting ready for bed or whatever, and nobody's going to question you being in your room.
Yeah.
Especially if it's just with the people that are also in that room.
Exactly.
But
until you have Ryan walk in guns a-blazing and then everybody shuts up.
I don't get what Ryan's doing.
See, and I think Ryan's big thing is he talked about like wanting to make the big moves, like you gotta show your cards, but he was only giving them half the information. He wasn't saying what he wanted to do like after the fact. He just said, use the veto, take somebody off, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if somebody's coming off the block and there's a chance that
Who's
I'm gonna
going
come up, I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
And
Why
I
would
think-
any of them use the veto if somebody in their alliance could go up? Who would take that risk?
Exactly.
Hence why Erica didn't do it.
What about Ronnie calling him out? Our first house meeting of the season.
Oh, with
week
Veronica?
2.
God, that was great. The family meeting?
Yeah.
Well done, new girl. I did not expect this.
Yeah.
I underestimated you. Yeah, that was pretty fantastic. I'm glad she did it because I just always like house meetings. They typically blow up and are fun to watch.
And in her head, I think it kind of makes sense too because they've kind of got that target. They're the gate crashers. Everyone's a
and they
little
haven't had to
apprehensive.
do anything yet.
And if she comes out and Ryan's already got a target on his head, and if she's the one that's just like, yo, I'm going to call you on your shenanigans, everyone's just like, okay, like, she's a number for us if we want to go against him. Cool. It takes some of the heat off of that
especially
sketchy
since,
intro story.
Yeah, and especially since anytime there are players that come in late, aside from the fact that they automatically have a target, they've typically missed out on the alliances being formed.
Yeah.
So more often than not, when you get these new players that are coming in, they tend to go with the people that have lost somebody.
The outcasts is
Exactly.
what I call it.
So like her calling out Ryan shows that she's not going to be easily scooped up by him now that his alliance is
Falling
gone.
apart. She's
'Cause
like,
he
no,
blew
like,
it up himself.
She's doing a really good job at kind of being in the background, but then she's calling him out. She's forefront, and it's a numbers game.
Yeah,
and she knows how to play the numbers.
Exactly. Speaking of Veronica, rap battles.
Yeah, I hope we don't get any more of those. Those are just uncomfortable.
I want all of them. I want an entire episode of
Hopefully
awkward
by
rap
the
battles.
end of this, they'll have like a whole mixtape that they'll be able to
Oh,
drop.
it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be so good.
Or at least their rap skills will improve. They've got nothing but time to practice.
I want more Big Willie style the Newfie rapping was just like, what is happening right now? It was pretty great, though.
Yeah. We've got some budding romances with
Dela
and Jarrus. Let's call them Jarrus.
Like
Jesse and Paris.
Yeah. But there's that whole Olivia wrench in that whole thing.
I respect Paris being like, look, I do want to have this connection with you, but as a game sense, we can't let people know.
Because you're a pair. You're an automatic target.
Exactly. And then she gets kind of in the awkward situation with Olivia being like, hey, are like you going to follow up on that? Because I'm going to put in some groundwork here. And Paris is like, no, like it's fine. Totally go for it. And then immediately goes back to Jesse and they're all snugly in bed.
Yeah. Smart move on Paris's part, though, to be like, no, go for it. Like the easiest thing would have just go to Jesse, be like, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
See if you can get some info out of it.
Yeah. But use it to your advantage.
Yeah. Don't take it too far.
Yeah.
And it would have been very well played. She's not part of the real deal, right, Paris? No, she is.
Yeah.
It's Paris, Jesse, Derek, and Kayla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be genius.
Kind of makes sense. It's some intel.
That's the whole point, right? Is to wiggle your way into other groupings and see what kind of info you can get out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen, though. I feel like Paris and Jesse are just going to
that's going to come to light. They're a little too cuddly out of the gate for people to not notice. Well, look, Olivia went into the room while Jesse and Paris were talking, and again, silence.
Yep. They're not good at it.
No.
Like, Paris tried something, like saying she was missing her dog or something like that, and Jesse just...
No, she said she missed Rosina.
Is that what she said?
She was like, I miss Rosie.
I just assumed Rosie was her dog. That's way better, though.
Yeah.
I like that. I do not miss Rosie.
We've got the have-nots losing their mind already.
In the catacomb?
Oh,
that have-not room is brutal.
That looks like the most uncomfortable HOH room we've seen. They have a moat.
I love that Jesse has to sleep on the tomb because he's the only one with long enough legs to get over the moat.
Yeah, I at first I was just like, why does Jesse get this? Like, did they think that was going to be the comfortable option? I like Hamza's little nook. That looked cozy.
Yeah, his nook doesn't look too bad. But is he by the door?
I don't know.
I think he's in the nook by the door, which means every time that door opens, he's going to be in the way.
I mean, it doesn't look like anyone's sleeping anyway. They're too busy pulling pranks.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. I don't know if we've just not gotten many pranks on past Big Brothers, but like that was top notch. I'm so glad.
Go into the pantry and wrap every individual item. Take the eggs out of the carton, wrap them individually, put them in the carton, wrap the carton, do the same to the pizza. Do it to all the spices. Also, I like that they wrapped it all and then just put it all in the fridge. Because the first thing that we seen
was in the fridge.
Olivia pulls out the cinnamon first thing in the morning, wrapped in tinfoil out of the fridge.
Yeah, she's like, why is the cinnamon in the fridge? She's like, really? That's your takeaway from this? The cinnamon's in the fridge, not wrapped in tinfoil? I like Veronica, though, being like, is that normal? It's like, no, it's not. That's not a normal thing.
Kind of getting a sense to like pull back the curtain a little bit, too. We've seen a lot of Andrew just rooting through cupboards, and I don't know if it's him just like looking for an excuse to be in a room with somebody to talk to them, but something you don't think about watching the show is there's a whole logistical aspect of the show where you're going to spend the first 2 weeks just trying to figure out where stuff is.
Totally. And like the fact that with most Big Brothers anyway, they tend to switch up what they get.
Yeah.
So they'll give them a bunch of stuff one week and then the next week it'll be completely different products. So like I get it, wandering around just seeing what's in there, but maybe make it a little less obvious.
Yeah.
You're just rummaging and looking for a conversation. But
did you find this season, speaking of Andrew rummaging through things, did you find this season that Andrew seemed like not this season, this week, do you think that Andrew came across a little that he thought he was a little friendlier with Alejandra than she was willing to give him? Because he was looking for sympathy in all the wrong places this week. Well, 3 separate times he was trying to talk to her and she was like, I don't know what you want from me, dude. I was there last week. Like, you did this to you. I was
She did have a legitimate moment, though, with him where she was thinking about keeping him over Hamza because Hamza's just better in comps. Well, that particular comp anyway, the physical comps. I don't know. I always it's hard to remember like from week to week, just like who's been on the block. Not hard to remember, but like when you're in that house, like trying to look for sympathy, you just don't really think about who you're talking to. You kind of run out of people to talk to after a while, I would think.
Yeah.
But you're definitely fishing for sympathy in the wrong waters for sure.
Yeah. And we had the whole hot tub conversation with Ryan too. We had a lot of aggressive Ryan this week, but I kind of liked Veronica in the hot tub when he was just like, look, he's a comp player. Like, he's going to beat you in all these comps. And her argument of, I would rather have somebody that's going to be able to play if I need them hypothetically versus somebody I can't trust.
Yep. Ryan did have a good point, though. He's just like, but you already know you can't trust them, so what does it matter?
Yeah. It's going to be that same argument, though, that they're always going to be a target above you until something happens and somebody else is a target.
Yeah, there was one point in that house meeting, that family meeting, where they were like, you just say that we're all a target. And it's just like, you are all
You're
targets.
playing Big Brother. You're a target.
You're literally
either a target
all in
or
the
you're
way.
a winner.
Yeah, you're all in the way of somebody winning.
Yeah.
So yes, you are a target. If you get anybody that can get taken out at any point, you might as well. It's an advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fascinating week. What'd you think of Maddie's little moment?
Her adorable
Outside.
moment of appreciation outside in the snow.
That she got there and she
Anybody that tells you that dreams don't come true, don't listen to them because
it
this
does
can't
happen in real life. Like she was proud, and it made me happy. It made me be like, all right, Maddie.
And then
I'm
she
on
had
board
that
with
moment
you.
where she was just like, it's awesome I get to be here, but like I am here to play. Like I'm not here to mess around. Like I'm
really hard to show that I don't like it, to not show that I know so much about this game. I like that she had flashcards for season one. Like why? What for?
To study.
I mean,
why
I guess. Sure. I mean, we've been taking notes on this season, so I guess it's not that weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was.
She's also got her new showmance too with the snowman.
Oh yeah, the snowman.
Yeah, they got their first little snowfall, made a snowman. Also, totally adorable snowman.
Great little snowman. I love that they built it on a camera too.
Yeah.
Because there's just like the one camera shot of like 8 of them like congregated all around it. And it's just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so we've got Andrew gone now. 10-0. He went out on that eviction.
Hamza called it.
I mean, he did,
As soon as he was nominated after being asked, he was like, I'm not worried about it. Like, Andrew's going to go out. It's going to be 10-0, and I'm going to be here for another week.
Which is typically a ballsy position to be in. You don't want to be comfortable on the block.
Yeah.
Because that's when you go home.
But week 2, after Andrew's trying to blow up the house,
Several
week 1,
blow-ups,
like, the house as a player is the biggest earlier on.
Yeah.
You're going to ruffle
stare
the
down
least
with
feathers.
Erica. That was just weird. Like, that was just odd.
Like, you're not in. It's intimidating, but she was more annoyed than anything. She was like, "Look, do you want to have a conversation, or are you just going to follow me around? Like, we can talk about this like adults, but
because she tried to,
yeah,
and he had none of it. I did like that he was quoting Drake in his eviction
fake
speech.
love straight up to my face.
Straight up to my face.
To be fair, it was the most coherent rap we got all week.
I mean, that's true. And Hamza did straight up rap his speech.
Yeah,
Marin just leaving him out to hang,
literally
dropping
dropped
that
the beat.
Yeah. I like that Marin's that's his role, is he just beatboxes for people so they can rap over top of it.
He's found his niche to just please people.
He found his thing.
Just dance.
Yeah. Speaking of finding things, how much did you love the Nicky 9 door on poor Will?
Oh, man.
Allie just going from room to room, just knocking on the door and running away.
Who's
knocking on my door?
I'm so glad we're getting pranks already.
Who's knocking on my door?
Who keeps knocking?
He's fucking great.
Yeah.
Will is one of my favorites, and he hasn't even done anything yet.
No.
He almost won that HOH comp, though, without having to do anything.
That's true.
The glass throwing one. Yeah, I thought he was going to pull that out by just sitting there. But, yeah, the veto comp was great. We saw the start of the HOH comp.
That looks nutty.
That's going to
Also,
be chaos.
Erica's got a bye week. How awesome is that?
Yeah, I liked that, where they were like, we have
don't
an
get to
odd
play, but
number
you're
of
safe.
people. Yeah, because she couldn't do it alone. So they were just like, hey, you're just safe for the week.
Yeah.
She's coming up big. She won 5K. She got a movie screening. She's got a week of safety.
Yeah.
She won a veto.
The nice thing with her week of safety, too, is it was random. Nobody can hold that against her.
No.
I mean, they probably will, but
Of course they will.
It was a random draw to pick teams, and she was picked last, so...
She's also lucky that she won this money early. Because the later you get into the season, the more people are like, well, you already got something.
Yeah, you've got some cash in the bank right now.
You can go now. But no, she got it relatively early, so I think people will kind of forget about it in a sense.
Yeah.
Do you think they've more or less forgotten about the brutal story that the newbies came in with?
I feel... For now, I think it's still it's tucked in the back of their mind. I think if either Marin or Veronica ruffles any feathers, they're going to be like, boom, that's just another reason we'll add it to the list. You're gone.
I could see that for sure.
Who do you think lasts longer, Marin or Veronica?
Probably Marin.
See, I think Veronica. She seems to be a little more friendly with...
Yeah, but she plays more. Marin's just kind of there. We haven't seen him do anything other than beatbox.
That's fair.
Like, there's points where I don't even see Marin in, like, group shots. I'm like, where is he?
But Veronica seems to be very friendly with all the players in the red room, which seem to be the house majority right now. So if
No, she's in the white room, isn't she?
She is, but she's in their room talking to them all the time.
I mean, that'd be great for intel if they were straight up going room against room.
Yeah.
Because the red room is way more gung-ho on that.
Because I think Marin is actually in the red room.
He is.
He's just been
with
hanging
Jesse.
out in the white room.
Yeah, because Jesse scooped him up immediately so that nobody else would, which I liked. I liked that play. Because he was like, I've got half a bed. I'll scoop him up right now so nobody else can.
Yeah.
I was like, that's smart. I
I
like
mean,
that.
Marin's going to end up with his own bed anyway because he's going to end up with Paris. So
Well, he's got his own bed right now because Jesse's in the catacombs.
that's true.
So he's just got his own whole bed for a week.
I wonder if
half
that's
that room is in there, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if that's a thing. If when players are in the have-not room, people are just like, cool, I'm not sharing a bed this week. Like,
Well, basically. But I'm pretty sure it's... Are they all from the red room? Hamza would be the white room. The only one I'm not positive on is Erica. Because Derek and Jesse are definitely
Erica's in the
red room.
I'm quite certain Erica's in the red room because when Marin was talking about it and Marin and Will were talking about it, I think they said that Erica's in the red room.
Well, she was definitely in there at that time for sure.
Because they're the cool kids.
The cool kids. But yeah, 3 out of the 4 people in the have-not room right now are from the red room. So yeah, they all have their own beds, I guess, right now.
Yeah. I'm still very intrigued to see. I feel like this tomb is going to have some sort of an effect on the game in the have-not room.
Oh, there's got to be something in it.
Yeah.
There's definitely some secret power inside that tomb.
Yeah.
Like, remember when Brittany and Sarah got that ridiculous veto power a couple seasons ago? I think it was season 3 that they were on.
Yeah, they were season 3.
Where they got that veto that was, what was it? They got to take both of them off the block.
They were both had the
and
only
they got to
have-nots.
pick who replaced them on the block.
Yeah, Brittany got the power. Sarah was just...
Conveniently there.
I mean, she
and
won, so...
Well, yeah. And she was her partner in crime.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's got to be something in that tomb. Has to be. Maybe not yet, but there definitely will be.
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to be a few weeks before anything comes of that.
Oh, aside from like just them finding it or even it just being there at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, there has to be something in there. Did you have any 180s on anybody this week?
I'm kind of surprised that Johnny didn't end up on the block this week. He had all the power last week, and then it would have been an easy target. But Andrew, I get being a target, and Hamza volunteered, so I can't really blame...
I can blame Ryan for that. There is only 2 allies, and he put them both up.
But if
Put
you're
Johnny up, and everybody's like, yeah, I get it. He won both.
Mm-hmm.
And if Hamza still asks to go up for some reason, then there you go. Your decision's made. But, like, why not? Why not put him up?
Especially if, yeah, you're right, because Ryan's going around then using that against people, like, don't win comps, like, it's going to put a target on your back. Like, if that's your argument to get people to vote your way when you put your allies on the block, why don't you just put the people that are winning or the person that is winning that isn't you?
Exactly.
But
there was no reason that he needed to put the only 2 people that he gets along with on the block.
I think he thought he was going to do it and just be immediately good with the rest of the house.
Yeah, he thought he was doing it as a house favor. I get why he did it.
On
it was
paper,
just dumb.
Yes. It was a smart move with a dumb execution.
It was short-sighted.
Yeah.
It was they're going to like this now, so I'll do it for them. But, like,
honestly, I just
week to
don't
week
think
in
he
the
was,
Big Brother houses.
Yeah, like, I don't think
different.
he was thinking, like, long-term. I think he thought that this week was going to happen, and then it was all going to go by the wayside. Next week, something else would happen, and people would forget about it.
He was convinced he could get Olivia out.
Yeah.
But he couldn't.
No.
Put her up if you think you can do that.
Exactly.
Put her and Johnny on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to question it.
Yeah.
You ruffle a couple feathers, whatever. It's Big Brother.
Yeah. Who do you
now
want to
you
see?
have 2 other people in your back pocket with Andrew and Hamza who can play in the HOH next week, who know you didn't put them up. They'll keep you safe.
Yeah.
But you put them up. Hamza proved that he can do well.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has no reason not to put you up.
Who do you want to see win HOH this week? Because we have the
kinda
whole
like to see
odd
Hamza do
dynamic.
it.
Yeah. We have this whole odd dynamic, too, where they're in pairs for the HOH
I don't even know
comp.
who the pairs are.
No, and if they win, if a pair wins, they have to choose between them who's going to be HOH. So
Yeah, they typically do that relatively early on, but it's normally like a group of 4 or something that they have to pick between.
it's normally like a team-based.
Yeah, but I'd like to see Hams take it. Because
My
I just
problem with Hams
love
winning
seeing
it-
a power shift every week. I like that.
Yeah, my problem with Hams winning it is he does want to make the big moves, but I want him to kind of like fall back for a few weeks and then come out guns blazing. Because I think if he comes out as aggressive as he comes across in his DRs and his conversations, I feel like he's just going to be the next Ryan and just have a target on his back. And then the next week, if Ryan doesn't go this week, I feel like Hams and Ryan will end up on the block.
Totally, but the only thing Hams has got going in his favor is he can have conversations with people.
Yeah.
Like he actually converses with people. Ryan just kind of tells people stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hamza's not a big fan of this romances in the
No,
house.
I love it. I love that he's just like, this is stupid and I hate
It's
it.
disgusting. Everybody, we've got Paris and Jesse are in love with each other, but Will's in love with Paris, and Veronica's in love with Will, and then there's Dayla. And,
Yeah. Lives in love with Jesse.
yeah.
All these triangles. Pretty fantastic, actually.
And next week on The Young and the Restless.
Yeah. Exactly. It's been going on for years. Years and years.
So tomorrow, Monday, we get to see the HOH win. We get to see the noms. We get to see this weekend's worth of arguments, disagreements, and awkwardness.
Like, I don't know much about it. I just saw a couple headlines coming up on the Big Brother website, and I'm guessing there is some blow-ups after this HOH win. Like, it's already happened. Like, we could easily check and see who won, but rarely do we.
Yeah, I'm not a big live feed guy. The only season of Big Brother that I got into the live feeds, like I was saying in the last episode, was last summer's Big Brother US, because there was so much drama in that house that they would air 3 minutes of a fight that lasted 45 minutes in the house. And there was a lot of context I found last season that we lost because of that. So I almost felt like I had to watch those live feed clips on YouTube to get the big picture of what was going on in the house.
Well, like, if you just watched the season, you didn't understand at all why Paul didn't win.
No.
But if you watch the live feeds, you're just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get the mentality. I get that people didn't like him.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he played his way to get there, but he was a little aggressive with it. But yeah, we still have no idea, technically, who won HOH. Like I said, I'd like to see Hams pull it off, just because I like him, and I like this power shift from week to week. You're on the block, then you're HOH.
Yeah, I get the feeling that no matter who wins, I think Ryan's going up.
Probably.
I could see, for the same argument we had earlier, I could see Ryan and Johnny being up there. They're the only people other than this HOH that have won comps, aside from Erica, who's safe.
I think if a girl takes it, then that's absolutely what happens.
I think if it's a guy or a girl.
I don't know. I don't see Derek or Jesse putting up Johnny.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. They're both pretty bro-y.
Yeah.
Not Johnny. I just mean the two of them. Hamza, he could do it. He could put up anybody. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I kind of like to see Allie get it too, for the same logic that she was on the block week one, and she just seems fun.
I think of everybody who's in the house now, I want to see more of Allie's game. Because I think she was a victim of circumstance week one. Yes, she fell first. Yes, she got nominated, but she seemed pretty comfortable since, and she's got a...
I don't think she would have been up there if there was a bigger pool of people.
Yeah.
There was only, 5 of them that you could pick out of? There was 7 total, one of them won, so 6 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think she would have been up if there was more people that could have been picked from.
I think she's there's some game to be played with her. I think the heat's going to come to Olivia soon, and she's either going to
I don't know if she's playing as hard as we think she is, or
she just
again,
hasn't
that's
had a
just the
reason
production.
to.
True, very true.
It's not even that she's really been playing. She's just seemed kind of opinionated on people right out of the gate. Like, she's just kind of like, no shot to her. Sure, she's a lovely girl, but she's just kind of got that attitude about her where, like, nothing goes her way.
But she wants it to.
But she wants it to.
Of course she does. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want things to go their way?
You're fighting for $100,000.
$100,000, trip around the world, and a bunch of furniture from the brick. I wonder if they get to keep the Hasbro games.
I wonder what game we're going to get this week.
I don't even remember what we voted on. I think one of them was like Tetris Jenga or something. I don't know. I like the game thing, though.
It's a nice break
it's
from the drama.
It's better than pick the HOH look or whatever. It's just like, I don't give a shit about what lamp they have in there, but if I could pick what game they get to play, sure.
Can we talk about the fact that the Wendy's window?
Oh, yeah. That's weird. That's super weird. But I like it. Again, it's just like, yeah, okay. Change things up. Why not?
We haven't gotten much of an explanation other than I
don't think we got any explanation.
I think the HOH just gets to pick a person to have a Wendy's meal with them once a week.
They get it once a week.
But
I'm guessing, because I haven't seen it open otherwise.
No.
But yeah, that was unexpected and weird and wonderful. Because I remember seeing like the speaker box thing, and you and I were both, we thought it was one of those like take a number things.
Yeah.
Like from like a meat station or something, or from like the DMV.
Meat station?
Yeah, you have to take numbers if you're going to get meat. Anyway, from like a DMV. There.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay, yeah,
better?
Okay,
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had that machine there, and we were like, what the hell is this? I was like, oh, it's a speaker. Oh, they can just order Wendy's in there. That's
it's
bizarre.
a small detail, but we also haven't gotten to see the HOH like bathroom side yet.
No, just that one awkward conversation with
Johnny and Ryan.
But yeah. What are you What are your expectations now for Monday?
I think Ryan goes up regardless, and anything outside of that right now is a toss-up.
Yeah.
I think we're due for a blow-up. It's gotten pretty heated already. I think it's only going to continue to get heated.
I agree. What? Who are you watching for this week? Who do you want to see more of?
I want to see more Allie, hands down.
I want to see more Maddie. Mm-hmm. I want to see more Maddie, but I don't want the house to see more Maddie, if that makes sense.
Fair.
I want to see more like secret Maddie, like that little outdoor moment thing that she had where she's just like, oh no, you're really good at this.
I want to see more hams in the cams.
I want to see any hams in the cams. What was that?
If anybody is listening to this that follows the live feeds, if you could just like take those, upload those to YouTube
just
for
drop
me,
a comment or
send
something.
us a link. It'd be
tell us
delightful.
What that is. Very intrigued to find out what hams in the cams is. I assume it's just him talking to cameras.
Yeah,
I'm glad there's at least somebody every year that does that because Paul had his talk show. I like that every once in a while there's a player that's just like, no, I'm going to do this talk show where I can get information out of people and they just play along.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
It's a bit of a good strategy because when people are in that situation, you're not thinking game.
Yeah, they just kind of let their guard down a little bit.
They let their guard down a little and spill some tea.
You get some more tea spilled all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it so much. It's
looking forward to the week ahead, but that was the week that was.
Absolutely.